Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Old Time Rock and Roll. I'm your host, David Tear. And as you can see, I'm back from vacation. Got back last night, safe and sound. Anyway, I'm resuming my countdown. I'm up to song number 2718, and that one is A Groovy Kind of Love by Phil Collins. And this was released on his soundtrack to the movie Buster, which I never saw. Here's a picture of the movie poster. But I mainly want to talk about this song, A Groovy Kind of Love. It has a very long history. It was written, the melody was actually written by this classical composer, Muzio Clementi. I guess he was an Italian classical composer from the 18th century. And the words were written by a famous songwriting team of Toni White and Carole Baker Sager in 1965, and the first recorded version was done by Diane and Annita, this female duo here, but their version was not a hit. The first hit version was by a British group called the Mindbenders. They originally Wayne Fontana on the Mindbenders. They had a couple big hits. Their first big hit was in 1965, went all the way to number one. That was with Wayne Fontana. It was called The Game of Love. And then the next year, 66, they had a number two. They went to number two with their version of A Groovy Kind of Love, which is probably the most well known version of this song. And, then finally Phil Collins had a cover of it in 1988. One thing I found, it's just kind of a simple love song. I mean, there's not much to say about the song A Groovy Kind of Love, but it does contain the word groovy in the title. And as you guys probably know, groovy was a very popular slang word in the 60s and early 70s. It kind of meant cool. And I think it came from the fact that records have a groove. They were thinking about the record groove, probably. Also being in the groove. I think people still say that. But groovy went out of style in the early 70s, which is why I'm surprised that Phil Collins still used it in the title of the song. I mean, I realize it was a cover of a song with the word in it, but groovy was not a popular expression in the 80s. I know this for a fact, any more than swell was by the mid 60s. So anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. And that's pretty much all I have to say about Groovy Kind of Love by Phil Collins. I greatly prefer the Mindbenders version, by the way. And their version is coming up much later on my list. Just a heads up on that. Anyway, that's my profile of A Groovy Kind of Love by Phil Collins. Thank you for watching. You guys rock, and I'll see you next time. Bye.